Welcome to day 7. You made it. It's day 7. This is our last day of our first week. You should be super proud of yourselves. I'm super proud of you, and today's intention is to be proud. What an achievement to do something every day for 7 days. That in this busy world is amazing. So you definitely need to give yourselves a pat on the back. So let's get ourselves into a comfortable seat. Start to close the eyes. Begin to find stillness. Taking the last wriggles. Forgetting everything that's come before, always coming afterwards. It's just you and the mat. Start to lengthen the breath. And today we're going to begin our practice with a short breathing meditation. Now, as always, these are just me guiding and suggesting, so please only do what's comfortable. We're going to start very gently by breathing in for the count of 2. So breathing in, 2, holding the breath, 1, 2, breathing out, 2, leaving the breath out, 1, 2, breathing in, 2, hold the breath, 2, breathing out, 2, leaving the breath out, 2, and just come back to normal breathing for a moment. And now we're going to change the square of breathing to 3s. So we'll be doing the same as before, but we'll be breathing in for a count of 3, retaining the breath for 3, breathing out for 3, and then leaving it out for 3. If you find that 3 is too much and you're gulping for air, of course, please go back to doing it with a count of 2. So I will be counting for us for the 3, but as I say, if 2 is better for you, you go with the 2. So breathing in and breathing out, and off we go. Breathing in, 2, 3, retaining the breath, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, leaving the breath out, 2, 3, breathing in, 2, 3, holding the breath, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, leaving the breath out, 2, 3, breathing in, 2, 3, holding the breath, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, leaving it out, 2, 3, and go back to normal breathing. This is a really good way of meditating because you're concentrating on your breath. You're counting the breath in and out. It's quite nice to take it up to 4 if you feel that you can. We won't do that today because it's quite difficult for me to breathe and count all at the same time. But I know that now you've got the idea, you can practice whenever you want to. And if you want to do the 4s, then please feel free. Let me know how you get on. So now the breathing has come back to normal. We're going to roll our heads. So as we breathe in, take the head up and just roll it round, breathing out as it comes down, breathing in as it comes up. Make sure you're moving very mindfully and slowly. Remember to keep breathing. If anything hurts, make sure that you're gentle with yourself. And as we come up again, going to change direction and take it the other way. Breathing out on the way down. Breathing in on the way up. This way for me always creaks more. That's perfectly normal. Remembering to keep your jaw loose, don't be clenching your teeth. And then just bringing your head back to centre. Just take a few breaths in case you feel a bit dizzy. And slowly flatten the eyes open. And as we breathe in, we're going to take our shoulders up to our ears, squeezing everything in. And then as we breathe out, dropping the shoulders down. Breathing in, shoulders up. And dropping them down. Last time, breathing in, shoulders up. And dropping them down. Now we're going to give ourselves a little hug. So left hand round, right hand round. Feel the hug, smile, you're doing amazing. Breathing out, releasing. Let's take the hug the other way. Breathing in, another smile. And breathing out, relaxing it all. And now we're going to turn ourselves to our tabletop position. So remembering to get your alignment right, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You can have your toes curled under if you prefer to protect your knees. And we're going to start by breathing out for a cat, pushing away from the mat, breathing in as we come into cow. For that first time, remember it's only going to be a small movement. Breathing out as we come into cat. Breathing in as we come into cow. Each time the movements will be a little bit bigger as the spine wakes up, coming into cat, pushing away from the mat, looking at your thighs, engaging that core. Breathing in as you come into cow, and then coming back to a neutral spine. And now we're going to curl the toes under. And we're going to come into our down dog. So lifting the knees, pushing the bottom back and up, pedaling it out, finding yourself comfortable. What you do, find stillness. And as we breathe in, we're going to raise that right foot, and we're going to come up onto our toes, and we're going to bring the foot through the hands. Now your foot might only get to here, that's fine, just help it through. And then breathing in, we're going to bring the arms up over our heads, looking at the ceiling. Taking a breath. Making sure that your knees are pushing inwards into the centre line. Don't let them bandy out, just keep everything in. And then breathing out, bring your palms back down to the ground. Curl the toe. Lifting the back knee so the right leg comes through back into that three-legged dog, and then down onto the ground. And now we're going to do the other side. So breathing in, raise the left leg, come up onto your tiptoes, bring that foot through. Remember, you can guide it through with your hand. Breathing in as you bring the arms up over your head, look at the ceiling. Keep your core engaged, don't worry if you wobble, it's fine. Breathing out as you bring the hands down to the mat. Make sure you curl that foot, lift the back leg, and then take your left leg through and back to your three-legged dog. And then place the foot on the ground. Slowly bringing the knees to the mat and back into a child's pose. Let's take a few breaths. As you breathe in, pushing up on your hands, up into that tabletop, curl the knees and come back, meeting me in a downward dog. And this time from downward dog, we're going to come into gate. So we're going to start with our right foot. We're going to take our right foot out to the side, so it will probably be off your mat. Then we're going to drop the left knee. And we're going to push ourselves up. Might need to reposition your leg. We're going to keep the right hand on the right leg. We're going to lift that left arm up and over, feeling a stretch. And then we're going to let the left arm come down. We're going to keep going so it's on the floor as we lift the right arm and the right leg. And then bring yourself down to the floor. Bring the hands back onto the mat, lifting the knee on the left, and then bringing the right leg back into your down dog. I'm going to repeat on the other side. So left foot goes out, right knee comes to the mat, bringing yourself up into gate, left hand stays on left knee, right hand rises up to feel a stretch, and then bringing the right arm all the way down to the ground, allowing the left leg and the left arm to rise up. Gently with control, putting the leg back down, bring yourself back up. Placing the hands on the mat, lifting the right knee, bringing the left back leg back into down dog. And let's just find stillness here for a moment. And then we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, very slowly and gently, until we come into a forward fold. Now your forward fold might look like this, because you might not be able to reach your feet, and that's fine. If you want to have blocks here to bring the floor up, you can. It's your chest coming to your thighs that you're interested in, so you can bend your knees. If you want to straighten your legs, you can, but you don't need to. And then from here, we're going to turn our toes out, and we're going to very slowly come down into a squat, taking the hands behind us so we come down onto our bottoms, placing the hands just behind the bottom, leaning back so we can bring our feet up so we're in dish, and then slowly beginning to open the dish as we lay back down onto the floor, very gently and controlled. And just take a moment here to make sure your shoulder blades are comfortable, your feet are in the right position, your back feels happy. Notice your breath. And I'm going to bring the knees up into our chest, give ourselves a little bit of a hug, maybe roll left to right, and then dropping the feet to the floor. We're going to drop the knees to the right and just take the right hand and just rest it on your hip as we do a very small twist. You can close your eyes at this point as we begin to slow our practice down. Bringing the knees back to the centre, taking them to the other side, taking the left hand to the right hip. Bringing the knees back up and then slowly stretching the feet out into a very well-earned Shavasana. Again, take any last movements and wriggles that you may need. Close your eyes if you haven't already done so. And enjoy the stillness as we start to relax at the end of this day 7's practice. Imagine your whole body is just melting into your mat, feeling really heavy, really relaxed, no need for any muscles to be tense. Breathe deeply. as we always say, if you want to stay here a bit longer, you're very welcome. If not, then you need to get on with your day and start to wriggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, lick your lips, and very gently, still with your eyes closed, make your way up to a seated position. And let's just revisit our intention one more time, that today we are being proud of ourselves for everything that we've achieved. Take that feeling of being proud into the rest of your day. Bringing your hands to your heart centre, fluttering open the eyes, turning the corners of your mouth into a smile. Thank you for taking the time to be with me on day 7, and I cannot wait for us to start day 8, the beginning of our second week. Thank you.